Right now, travel advisory. The U.S. has a warning for Americans traveling overseas. How an overnight attack is reaffirming concerns.
Plus, scientists say it's an unbiased and objective way to track COVID. Susan Simon will show us how they do it.
And we do have some clouds over the capital city this morning. That's keeping temperatures up, but we are expecting some sun, a nice Friday before some cooler weather for the weekend. More coming up.
Mother Nature's blanket.
Yes, keeping us cozy this morning.
Yeah, no need for
cozy,
that.
but
No need for the heavy coat today on a Friday heading into the weekend. Just light coat. Just a light coat.
Light coat today. May need that heavier coat going into later next week, and we'll talk about some cooler weather coming our way and also some rain. But in the meantime, this morning, not too bad. We've had the clouds, as mentioned, is keeping our temperatures up a little bit. Kind of keeps all that heat that we got yesterday, at least some of that warmth, keeps it from escaping back out into space. And that's why temperatures right now are in the upper 40s to near 50, 48 in Madison, 48 in Fitchburg, 49 in Middleton. 46 currently in Mazomanie, so not a bad start to the morning. Just a light jacket, and really should be a nice Friday for us. Get rid of these clouds later this morning. A little bit of sunshine this afternoon as we get up close to 60. Another disturbance coming in from the north tonight. Can't rule out a couple of showers with that. Once again, don't cancel any kind of plans this evening. It probably won't be until after midnight. And generally dry this weekend, maybe an isolated shower tomorrow. It's going to be windy tomorrow. Temperatures behind that front will be a little bit cooler in the 50s. So a little bit more cloud cover to the east, a little bit more sunshine to the west as we go through the morning hours. But I think as we get into the late afternoon hours, all of us will be looking at some sunshine and temperatures near 60, maybe even a little bit milder to the west. So partly sunny skies, mild this afternoon as we top out in the upper 50s to near 60. So a nice afternoon for us. Things change a little bit this weekend, and then especially next week. We could be talking about quite a rainy week next week. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Okay, Kelly with that first warn. Thank you very much. A live look now at the White House, where President Biden is planning to host leaders from the European Union today to talk about the war in the Middle East. This comes after his primetime speech last night, making the case for $100 billion in aid for both Israel and Ukraine. The president says he doesn't want to see U.S. troops fighting in either conflict zone. He says Hamas and Russian President Vladimir Putin both want to annihilate their neighboring democracies.
We're facing an inflection point in history. It's a smart investment that's going to pay dividends for American security for generations.
Hours before the address, a U.S. Navy ship intercepted missiles and drones being launched in Yemen that were potentially headed to Israel.
And breaking overnight overseas, the U.S. is reporting an attack on a U.S. military base in Baghdad, Iraq. No one was killed, but it adds to a growing number of attacks targeting the U.S. and the Middle East in the midst of the war in Israel. It's part of the reason the State Department is issuing a rare worldwide alert for Americans in other countries. The department says terrorist attacks could be more likely. It also notes the possibility of demonstrations or violence against U.S. citizens.
I would encourage any American who's traveling overseas to enroll in our Safe Traveler program so they can get updates about where they are or about conditions wherever they might be.
The State Department is also raising the travel advisory for Lebanon and Israel to the highest level. This is the first worldwide alert since the killing of an al-Qaeda leader last year.
Back at the nation's capital, happening today, Representative Jim Jordan will hold a press conference in a couple of hours ahead of a possible third vote to make him Speaker of the House. This comes after he reversed course yesterday, first saying he would allow the temporary Speaker, Patrick Henry, to lead for now until Jordan can drum up more support. He scrapped that idea after fellow GOP members said they were against it. The House has now been without a speaker for more than 2 weeks. Jordan's presser, by the way, is scheduled for 7 a.m.
We're following some breaking news here locally that happened overnight. 2 people are facing charges for getting into a fight at a restaurant on the Capitol Square. Police responded to a fight at the Old Fashioned on Pinckney Street at about 10 o'clock. They say a woman had a kitchen knife and slashed at a man, threatening to kill him. Both the woman and the man were arrested right there. Officers are now asking anyone that could help out the investigation to call the police department or submit an anonymous tip at p3tips.com.
New information out of Iowa County, where a man is dead after a semi hit his vehicle in the middle of a highway. It happened just past noon yesterday, where Highway 151 intersects with County Road Y. This is between Dodgeville and Ridgeway. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office says 74-year-old David Koenig of Monroe was killed. Now, a few hours later, there was a second crash at this exact same spot. It's not clear if there were any injuries in that accident, but according to the sheriff's office, 36 crashes have happened at that same intersection over the past 3 years.
As COVID infections rise but testing declines, scientists in Wisconsin are looking for ways to track the presence of the virus in our community.
The latest tool in their arsenal? Wastewater. But how do they do it exactly? Susan Simon shows us.
With more of us testing for COVID at home, it's become more difficult to monitor infection rates. That's why wastewater sampling is more valuable than ever, using sewage to track the trends. You are listening to the sound of the new COVID test. What we flush down the drain could hold clues to the next surge of COVID-19.
Wastewater actually tells us a really great story.
Every day, 36 million gallons of wastewater flow through the Madison Metropolitan Sewerage District. It's something most people want to avoid, but scientists see a public health goldmine.
What we've learned is that with viruses, people shed the virus, right? And when they use the bathroom, and then that enters the wastewater stream.
The virus is shed even when people have no symptoms.
So we're looking which way the channel's flowing.
Ray Schneider is a collection systems supervisor with the Madison Sewerage District. Twice a week, he leads a team underground to collect sewage samples across the area.
This here is a torpedo tube. This has got different type of material in here that absorbs the sewage. And we put this screen around that to protect the solids and debris from getting around there so it doesn't cover it.
Okay.
So it gets a good representative sample.
The torpedo is attached to a rope and dropped 15 feet into the sewage below, where it will absorb information for 24 hours.
It's a very unbiased and objective way to measure the amount of a given pathogen in the community.
Senior scientist Martin Schaefer leads the team at the State Lab of Hygiene in Madison. Scientists isolate and concentrate the viral particles, then extract and quantify the genetic material.
It's a tool that allows us to amplify a certain segment of a gene. We're not looking for an intact virus as such. We're looking for the genetics material from a given virus.
In 2020, Schaefer and his colleagues started testing wastewater at 70 facilities across the state. The Wisconsin program was one of just 6 that formed the National Wastewater Surveillance System.
Almost everyone is aware of wastewater. It's struck a chord.
Schaefer now has more than 2 years of data showing how closely COVID cases in Dane County correlated with virus levels in the wastewater.
You know, for a year and a half or two, they mirrored each other almost exactly. Wow. And then as home testing and point of care testing took off, there's this huge divergence between, you know, the clinical testing is down here, and now the wastewater testing is reflecting what's really in the community.
Scientists can't pinpoint who is infected and who isn't. It's a tool to show what's happening in a community rather than relying on those who can get tested.
Sewage is the mirror of society, and I think that's very true. And so you can say a lot about the community by looking at their sewage.
A canary in the coal mine to predict future dangers the pandemic may have in store. The State Lab of Hygiene's wastewater data is available on a dashboard online. We have a link at channel3000.com.
Susan Simon with a great report there. Coming up in sports, it's a top 2 battle between Wisconsin and Nebraska this weekend. We're going to take a look at the highly anticipated match still ahead in your morning sports.
And we're live in the 608 this morning with distribution day of our Coats for Kids drive. We're going to have the final number and how you can still help us make this happen for families. Next.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this fall, only at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Inventory Liquidation Event. Get 25% off on all in-stock Samsung appliances and 15% off all in-stock scratch and dent appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
In 2007, we felt called to start a church right in our living room. We knew that in order for our church to grow, we were going to have to get more wisdom in the area of financial planning.
Thrive-In helped us to get on solid footing so that we could take steps to help others. Now we spend more time helping our community.
Every year, we're touching more and more lives with Thrive-In Summit.
It's never about, in the game of golf, just one thing. It's everything. It's all-encompassing. In Golf Galaxy, we are your team. And if you have a question on your equipment, your fitter's here for you. If you have a question on your swing or something mechanical, our Class A PGA professionals are here for you. If you need help fixing something, our club techs are here for you.
We have the fitting bays, we have the TrackMan, we have Biomech putter fitting system. When you come in, we want to fit you with the right apparel, the right footwear. We have everything that you could possibly need to improve your game.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Your wedding day. Your love. Your style. Your celebration. Your wedding place. Discover the Madison Club, the city's premier wedding venue, featuring multiple unique spaces, stunning lake views, and award-winning cuisine. Spring wedding specials now available.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this fall. Only at Ashley's inventory liquidation event. Everything must go. Save as much as 60% store-wide. Plus, low monthly payment options. Only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Our Coats for Kids giveaway kicks off today in the 608 with a big reveal.
Oh yeah, Josh Spreiter is live in Madison with what those gifts mean for local families. A really big final push by the community, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. I need a drum roll because we have a big reveal, and Terry Yonke of the Boys and Girls Club is going to help us with that number. Are you ready, Terry?
I'm ready.
Here we go, and ta-da! 5,174 coats donated this year in this year's drive, making it a success. We reached our goal.
We reached our goal. This is just awesome.
And it's really goes to show how much this community comes forward when you ask for help, right?
Yes, yes. The community dug deep into their closets, donated the coats, partners helped, Clinky's Cleaners cleaned them up, Easy Office Products sorted them, brought them here, volunteers came out, and Colony Brands gave us a big donation. People ordered off the Amazon wish list. It all came together to 5,174 coats.
And the impact here in the community, so many folks are going to be so lucky here over the coming days as Distribution Day starts today.
It starts today at 2 different clubs, the McKenzie Family Boys and Girls Club in Sun Prairie and the Erica and Anthony Fleming Club here in Madison on Taft Street. And we continue it next week at the Allied Family Center, Monday through Wednesday. So yes, people will be able to stay warm. Our winters get cold.
They sure do. And, you know, going into our drive this year, I mean, you guys clearly saw the need is still there in the community, that we needed to be able to help out these families.
Yeah, there are so many people that need a little extra support. And the monies that go forward for coats, can now be used for other essentials. And so let's keep our kids warm.
You know, so our help doesn't stop now because you need volunteers going into next week. So how can people still come support you?
Yes, please sign up to volunteer. Grab your friends, grab your coworkers. Some working organizations give volunteer time off or pay for volunteer time. So use it and help distribute these coats to the families in need. And yes.
For those folks coming in here, obviously try to register ahead of time, but you still were lucky enough because we had so many coats this year that you guys are welcoming those walk-ins as well.
Right, right. Do suggest registering online. It'll make the process quicker, smoother. However, yes, if you can't do that, just walk on up.
I love it. Terry, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have all this up on channel3000.com. Guys, look at that. That's so many coats. We have to thank our community for coming out because when we ask, they always come and answer. It is just so wonderful that we reached our goal again this year.
Oh, so good to see. Even better to see the community come together for the kiddos.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. There's his handle on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Might need a light jacket outside this morning, huh, Kelly?
Yeah, probably need a jacket this morning. I just noticed over the last, 15 minutes or so, we did have a little bit of a breeze pickup as well. So a typically chilly morning for this time of October, but nothing unusual. Look at this shot that Mark sent in along the Mississippi River. You got some alto cumulus clouds up to around 12, 15,000 feet. Then you have some lower clouds about a couple thousand feet above. And those lower clouds obviously created quite a contrast, some darker clouds below those higher level clouds. We'd love to see your photos. Send in some of the colors that we have, the fall colors, the Halloween pictures. Send them to First Warn at WICTV.com or download the First Warn weather app, and you can easily submit those photos, and we'd like to show those. We do have some clearing in some spots right now, but some clouds on the horizon as well. We're expecting a high of 60. I think the trend will be for more and more sunshine as the afternoon wears on. We'll be pretty close to our average. Sun comes up at 7:17. A little bit more cloud cover to the east, a little bit more sunshine to the west throughout the morning hours. But I think as the afternoon wears on, we will see more and more sunshine. So that'll be the trend for more sunshine today. A really nice Friday for us. Northwest winds, keeping it real, keeping it October-like as temperatures get up close to 60. This evening should be quiet. You'll need the jacket as we drop through the 40s. Won't be until after midnight. I think we'll have a chance of a shower or two. Better chances as you go to the east towards Juneau and Watertown. Maybe an isolated shower in Madison. And tomorrow, a little bit more cloud cover rolling in during the afternoon. Can't rule out an isolated shower, but these will be very isolated. Not expecting much. Otherwise, a nice Friday for us as we get up to 60 degrees. A little bit cooler this weekend. It's going to be windy tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-50s generally. Late next week, we are looking at some rainy weather, and actually we're on and off showers expected much of next week. 48 right now in Madison, 47 in the Dalles, 52 in Janesville with more cloud cover across Dane County, Sauk City. Currently sitting at 45. Same goes for Cross Plains. 45 in Oregon, Stoughton at 46, 46 in Rockdale as well. So take a look out ahead. Some showers possible on Monday. This is going to be a tricky forecast going into next week because we have a setup that will bring us rain. It's just a matter of exactly when we'll get that rain. But a front's going to be stalled out across the area. That's going to trigger some showers moving through the area just about at any time going throughout much of next week. So, yeah, we'll have plenty of dry periods. It's just a matter of when. The good news is that coldest of air looks like it will be up to the north, and that'll keep most of that really cold weather up into northern Minnesota, where they may see some snow. But we may have to dodge some rain showers going into next weekend. So it's going to be kind of unsettled next week. So enjoy the quiet weather generally this weekend. We'll be windy tomorrow, but we're expecting a high of 57, 55 with more sunshine on Sunday. I would say Sunday will be a nicer day just simply because of less wind. But next week we will have chances of showers throughout the week. Relatively mild as we go into the 60s, and it may continue to have some of those shower chances for Friday, even into next weekend with highs in the 50s.
It doesn't get any bigger than this, at least in the regular season. #1 Wisconsin taking on #2 Nebraska in a showdown in Lincoln on Saturday night. Both teams enter undefeated, and the Badgers have owned the Huskers in recent history. UW has won 10 straight in the series, with their last loss to them way back in 2017. But all that is in the past, and Kelly Sheffield knows those experiences don't guarantee anything this time around.
Every match there is loud, and every match is a big deal when you go there. And both teams have been good for a while, so it's not. This isn't. When I was coaching at Dayton and we'd go into Nebraska, it's like, whoa, man, this is like going to Mars. And it was awesome. It was great. These guys, we've got an experienced team that's been playing for a while. Most of them have been here for a few times. That doesn't guarantee anything.
High school volleyball, Big 8 champs of Verona hosting La Follette in a regional semifinal matchup, and the Wildcats wasted no time. Allison Bostley sends one right back at the Lancers for the point. Then later, it's Taylor Stremlow who hammers it down the line. Yes, the Hawkeye basketball commit is good at volleyball too. Verona moves on with a 3-set sweep. From one top-ranked Wisconsin team to another, the Badger women's hockey team closes their 6-game homestand this week when they welcome in a winless Bemidji State squad to LeBon. Now, last season, the Badgers blew out the Beavers, outscoring them 32-3 in 4 games. And on paper, this series feels like that outcome will happen again, even though Mark Johnson's team is saying all the right things leading up to Friday's puck drop.
This year especially, we're going to get every team's best game. So I think they're going to give us a hard time. They're not going to, let us walk all over them. So I just think it's important that we play at our level.
Bemidji's always been a tough team to play against because they pack it in and play a very solid defensive game, blocking a lot of shots. So I think to beat them, we're going to have to continue moving the puck really well, get dirty in front of the net.
Let's kick it. Wisconsin women's soccer taking on Maryland in a Big Ten battle, and this quickly became another episode of the Emma Jaskinik Show. First half, she taps it in off the post to give the Badgers a 1-0 lead. Then, not even 5 minutes later, more Emma J. This time, she sends a right-footed strike into the back of the net. Jaskinik had a hat trick in the first half. It's Wisconsin's first against a Big Ten opponent since 2009. Badgers win 3-0. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
You too, Zach. Hey, still ahead, we'll have the latest on the ongoing actors' strike, including recommendations for Halloween.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices here in Dane County and across Wisconsin if you're headed anywhere this weekend. We'll be right back.
The Packers battle the Denver Broncos Sunday at 3:25.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford Escape or Explorer and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you have that same day. And we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey. And we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Mark Hahn has a stunner of a nice little body of water someplace.
Kind of like what we typically see this time of the year with the water still warm. It gives off some of that steam when it's nice and cool in the morning.
Looks nice. Looks nice. Thanks, Mark. Share your morning with us. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. Well, trending this morning, the actors' strike and Halloween. So the Actors Union is still trying to hash things out with the big studios. They're still quite a ways apart on coming to a conclusion there, but the SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, wants actors to ditch certain Halloween costumes this year. So SAG-AFTRA released some guidelines on its website for striking actors who plan to celebrate. The Actors Union is recommending actors choose costumes inspired by generic characters or ones from an animated TV show.
Do you guys have Halloween costumes picked out? I know Kelly does.
Well, I think you're going to be in Ken and Barbie, aren't you, too?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not.
I mean, just right in, you know.
Definitely not.
Chris's
that's the theme of the summer,
movie.
so.
That is going to be the most popular, unless everybody listens to SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah, so that's an interesting take on that. Tomorrow is the 100th day of the actors' strike.
Wow.
So,
didn't realize it's been going on that long. Yeah.
It has. And some of the big actors are starting to step up too. George Clooney and some other top actors have offered $150 million to the union to cover some costs if they were to end the strike. So that is the latest twist in
on it.
The
now
union
you know.
negotiations. Kelly's tracking some rain for this evening. We'll have that coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee canned corn or green beans, just 49 cents. Campbell's Junkie or Well Yes soup, just $1.77. And Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Top Round Roast, $2.99 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
In need of home repairs? From stairs and railings to roofing and plumbing, Habitat Dane County works alongside families to ensure safe, stable housing for years to come. Qualifications are based on income, need, and willingness to partner. Don't delay. Apply today.
The Friends of the Middleton Performing Arts Center presents Through the Years with the Kenny Rogers Band, featuring Don Gatlin. Saturday, October 21st at 7:30. Tickets available online now.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Connect with the team that is leading the charge, Bergstrom Automotive. Whether it's EVs like Lyriq, Lightning, Hummer, ID4, or hundreds of others, Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles in Wisconsin and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Introducing Hy-Vee Perks prices. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, H-Perks price, 69 cents a pound. Bananas, H-Perks price, 39 cents a pound. And Hy-Vee pasta, H-Perks price, 88 cents. Make the switch or sign up today. It's free and easy.
Right now, President Biden's plea to the American people for $100 billion. It would pay for aid for more than the war in the Middle East.
Plus, Dane County making plans for the 2024 general election, how they'll give an old building new life.
And outside this morning, nice and clear to start off your Friday morning. What should we be in store for the rest of the day, Kelly?
Actually going to be a really nice Friday. Temperatures starting out in the upper 40s. Not bad for this time of October. Some sun today, a nice weekend, but some rainy weather on the way next week. More coming up.
Good Friday morning, everybody. You made it. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast today.
I like that shot.
This is
Isn't that
pretty.
nice?
This is nice.
With those low clouds just kind of moving along with that northwest wind.
A sunrise on the way.
Part of what's keeping our temperatures so mild this morning is that cloud cover keeping some of that warmth down to the ground.
Mother Nature's blanket this morning, and that's kept temperatures up a little bit. Some locations seeing some of that clearing where temperatures are a little bit cooler. But right now, 46 in Mazomanie, Middleton 48 Madison down toward Fitchburg, Deerfield currently at 49. So we'll see some of these clouds this morning. But really going to turn out to be a nice Friday with temperatures getting close to 60. Can't rule out a few showers developing tonight. This will be mainly east of Madison. For the weekend, generally dry. It's going to be windy tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. So the clouds gradually departing across our eastern counties throughout the morning hours. And I think all of us will get into some sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures getting very close to 60, maybe even some low 60s to the west going into today. So 60 today, partly sunny skies, a mild afternoon, a northwest wind, keeping our temperatures in check. We do have some changes on the way next week, and we're talking about some significant rain, and that could be affecting us much of next week. We'll have those details coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. To our top story this morning, President Biden is asking for $100 billion in military aid for both Israel and Ukraine. In his second presidential address from the Oval Office, Biden compared Hamas's attack on Israel to Russia's war in Ukraine.
Can't ignore the humanity of innocent Palestinians who only want to live in peace and have an opportunity. You know, the assault on Israel echoes nearly 20 months of war, tragedy, and brutality inflicted on the people of Ukraine, people that were very badly hurt since Putin launched his all-out invasion. Hamas and Putin represent different threats, but they share this in common. They both want to completely annihilate a neighboring democracy, completely annihilate it.
President Biden
Responses to Biden's speech coming in late last night. Republican Senator and presidential candidate Tim Scott says Biden's comments frustrated him.
We heard more about Ukraine than we did our ally Israel. And the package itself has more money for Ukraine than it does for Israel. I think we would be better off having a single focus on Israel, giving them the resources they need to win this war, and then move on to other topics.
Scott says he believes Israel needs the U.S.'s single-minded focus right now.
Meantime, on the ground in Gaza, a church sheltering dozens of Palestinians has collapsed. Take a look at the damage here. An Israeli airstrike is what caused that structure to collapse last night. The church's leaders say that many who were seeking shelter there are hurt and that the airstrikes like these constitute a war crime that cannot be ignored. This as a group of United Nations independent experts are raising concerns Israel's siege of Gaza violates international law. In a statement that reads, in part, there is an ongoing campaign by Israel resulting in crimes against humanity in Gaza. There is also a risk of genocide against the Palestine people. That statement goes on to say, we are appalled by the inaction of the international community in the face of belligerent warmongering.
Breaking new details on the soldier from Racine who ran across the North Korean border this summer. The U.S. military now charging 23-year-old Travis King with abandoning his duties, possessing child pornography, and assaulting fellow soldiers. King ran across the border back in July after being released from detention in South Korea related to an alleged assault. North Korea expelled King after 2 months. He was flown back to the U.S. and is waiting for his trial in military detention.
Now to some local breaking news from overnight. 2 people are facing charges this morning after getting into a fight at a restaurant near the Capitol last night. This happened at the Old Fashioned on Pinckney Street at about 10 o'clock. Police say a woman had a kitchen knife and slashed at a man, threatening to kill him. Police arrested both of them. They are asking that anyone with information call the Madison Police Department or submit an anonymous tip at p3tips.com. The man police say brought guns to the Capitol twice is not allowed to return to the Capitol Square area. 43-year-old Joshua Plesnick is also not allowed within 1,000 feet of the governor, his residence, or his family. Plesnick's bond is $500 for both instances. During his first appearance yesterday, we heard from his lawyer.
I understand there's a large public interest in this case. There seems to be a misunderstanding or public perception that Joshua went to the Capitol with the intent to cause harm to the governor or somebody else. And I can understand why people would be scared from that, but that's actually not the case that we have before us today.
Governor Evers was not in the Capitol when Plesnick showed up demanding to speak with him.
Inside the state capitol, the first and only public hearing on a bill that would dramatically change how the legislative district lines are drawn here in Wisconsin. Our political reporter Will Keneally shows us who wants control over how the maps are drawn and why opponents are worried.
This legislation would ensure maps are drawn by a nonpartisan way.
Republicans want to change how the district maps are drawn in Wisconsin. Right now, that power is with the legislature, and some advocates argue that that allows the GOP-controlled chambers to draw maps that benefit them. Under this new bill, that power would transfer to nonpartisan legislative lawyers.
If we are sincere about nonpartisan redistricting, this is the time that we can do it.
I am skeptical about the motivation for this bill at this time, as a bill that was crafted and voted on quickly in the Assembly.
Thursday marked the first and only time the public was able to weigh in on the legislation. It passed the state assembly without going through the normal committee process. And this will be the only hearing that it gets in the state Senate.
So this really is just about the litigation.
Democrats argue that Republicans are just using the process to circumvent a lawsuit that is currently challenging the GOP-drawn maps. Liberals are now in control of the state Supreme Court and could hand down a favorable ruling for Democrats. Republicans say that their plan is modeled after what Democrats have been calling for years.
And so if suddenly we have the opportunity to implement that, and now it's no longer good enough, my question is then, can we trust Democrats' sincerity on child care, on education?
But for advocates like Myra Enlow, any movement on the issue has been a long time coming.
Gerrymandering has impacted my community. We cannot get our representatives to listen to us, to explain their positions on issues, to support issues that have broad bipartisan support.
Our Will Keneally reporting there. Advocates have been asking for some safeguards in the legislation, like having 3/4 of lawmakers support the maps instead of just a 50+1 majority. The bill does currently say the vote has to have at least one vote that's bipartisan. The bill could be amended, though, before it hits the Senate floor.
Meantime, the old Ale Asylum building in Dane County could be put to use in time for the 2024 general election. The new plan would turn the 45,000 square foot space into a new Dane County election center. It would also provide a place to centralize all election equipment and provide offices for the county all in one space. The move comes as election officials across the country have faced increasing threats to their safety after the 2020 election. They say the new space would keep both clerks and election equipment safer.
Clerks are a proud bunch. We love the work we do. We love being the backbone of democracy. But at the end of the day, we have families that we want to go home to. So really grateful to have a partnership in the county who backs us and believes in our safety and is committed to it with this facility.
The whole project is expected to cost almost $19 million, but officials say that is half of what it would cost to build a brand new space from scratch. The building will still need to be renovated. We could start seeing equipment being moved in by next January.
An update now. Madison's public market project getting another $1 million from the Dane County Board thanks to a vote last night. It's been facing rising costs for construction. The city hopes to break ground by the end of the year. It should be open by summer of 2025.
And the Packers are back in action this weekend. The Green and Gold traveling to Denver to take on the 1-5 Broncos. You can watch the action right here on WISC TV Sunday afternoon at 3:25.
Hey, if you are wondering what is the coolest thing made in Wisconsin? Look no further. The Bevy Bottleless Water Dispenser just won the statewide competition on that topic.
Hey.
It's made in Appleton by the Plexus Corp. It offers choices of filtered, flavored, or sparkling water with more than 40,000 flavor combinations. You can see the woman trying this out right now, checking through all of her options. Each machine can save more than 50,000 single-use bottles a year.
That's nice. It seems kind of confusing, though.
It's a healthier option than like the Coke ones you see at a fast food joint. This is only water, flavored water.
Well, you can't give it to New Glarus for Spotted Cow every year, I guess.
Ooh.
So you got to throw a bone to somebody else every once in a while.
You know who won in Chris's heart.
I'm kidding. Hey, congratulations. The coolest thing made in Wisconsin. How about that?
All right, 6:39. Time to check in with Kelly.
Yeah, we are waking up to some milder temperatures this morning because we've had some clouds. We're in the upper 40s. Still need the jacket. A nice Friday for us. So we'll be cooling down this weekend. Talking about some rainy conditions next week. The first warm forecast coming up.
And we're live in the 608 this morning with the big reveal of how many coats were donated for this year's Coats for Kids drive. We're going to show how you can still help over the next week. Next.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Home Sale at Slumberland Furniture and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99, up to 50% off, only at Slumberland Furniture.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original windows. Bone chiller.
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows.
Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi at an amazing value.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-948-4999.
And this is big. Ta-da! Zumo Streambox.
Now add Spectrum TV to upgrade to Spectrum One Stream and get a Zumo Streambox free for 12 months.
It brings together all the entertainment I want in one place. And this voice remote lets me search across live TV and my favorite streaming apps so I can find exactly what I want, fast and easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Zumo Streambox for 12 months. Call 833-948-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
My hot take, this is like nothing you've used before.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Mattress Sale at Slumberland. Incredible deals like a twin mattress for just $99 or our own private brand Slumbercrest as low as $299. Plus Sealy Posturepedic mattresses marked way down, only at Slumberland.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive, Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help to provide 4,000 families with Thanksgiving meals.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
Donate today at goodmancenter.org. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Well, good Friday morning out on the patio here at the station on the southwest side of Madison. Seeing some of the clouds around and also a little bit of clearing. Sun just starting to come up now. And speaking of the final drive, we've got a game going on in Verona. We've got a game between Verona and Janesville Parker. So temperatures are going to be very much what we would think of for football. Temperatures chilly, but just need to wear that sweatshirt and that jacket as temperatures fall from the 50s into the upper 40s. And it should be dry for the game. It won't be until later tonight that we have a chance of a shower rolling through. Now for the weekend, Tomorrow's going to be windy, and that's going to usher in some cooler weather. Can't rule out a passing shower, but with those winds, it will feel rather chilly. On Sunday, it looks a little bit better. Temperatures in the mid-50s, but winds will be a lot lighter out of the north at 5 to 10. So we are seeing some of these low clouds spreading across much of southern Wisconsin, at least the Madison area, areas to the east. We've seen some clearing behind it. Expecting a high of 60 today. That's running a couple degrees above our average. Sun will be up at 717. We're kind of right on the edge of the clouds this morning. More cloud cover to the east, less cloud cover to the west. Eventually, all of us will get rid of the clouds as we go into the afternoon hours. Temperatures climbing in the upper 50s, getting close to 60 in Madison. Low to mid 60s out west toward the Mississippi River. Evening plans, no problem. Won't be until after midnight. Another front will be diving down to the south. That'll bring us a chance of a few showers. Once again, the better chances are going to be to the east toward Juneau and Watertown overnight tonight. And then we've got that wind picking up tomorrow. Can't rule out a spotty shower. Once again, the better chances are going to be to the east going into tomorrow afternoon. For today, it should be nice with partly sunny skies. The temperatures get up close to 60. We'll be turning cooler this weekend with mid-50s and on and off rain expected much of next week. 47 in Madison, down to 45 in Camp Douglas, 39 in Viroqua, 41 in Boscobel, where they have more clearing. Across Dane County, 46 in Sauk City, 45 in Cross Plains, Stoughton, 46 right now, Rockdale at 48. So rain chances next week. Now, this is going to be a tricky forecast, and you probably want to keep abreast of the forecast because the timing of the rain is going to be changing as we go through next week. Whether it's going to be Tuesday, Monday, when we get some of this rain, that remains in question. We will get plenty of breaks going into much of the middle of next week, but also looks like another round of some rain coming our way. It looks like toward the end of the week. We'll see if that doesn't affect our weekend going into next Friday and even into a Saturday. Looks like the coldest of air is going to stay well up to the north, so we are just expecting rain out of this. So the weekend, we're talking about mid-50s, 60s next week as we warm up out ahead of that rainmaker. Can't even rule out a thunderstorm on Tuesday, but on and off rain throughout much of next week.
Any chance we could hit 70 on that Tuesday?
I almost put it in there, but, you know, that might be a wish cast more than a forecast. So.
Okay, Callie Slivka with that first warn. Thank you very much, sir. 646, our Coats for Kids giveaway kicks off today in the 608 with a really big reveal.
Josh Breider is live in Madison with what those gifts mean for local families. And that's really what this is all about, Josh. It's helping out those families.
It truly is. Yeah, making a difference here in our community here, guys, and we're going to be making a big difference because we have the official reveal of how many coats. If you'll remember, a few weeks ago when we kicked this off, we were hoping for 5,000. It took us a little bit to get there, but we landed at 5,174 coats here at the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, that is an amazing feat. Terry Yonke with the Boys and Girls Club is with us this morning. Terry, we did it.
I know, this is so exciting. We made our goal, we overachieved our goal.
That's huge. And I mean, you think about the impact that this is going to have in the community. It's amazing going into this time of the year, right?
Oh, it is totally needed. We're starting to get pretty cold.
Yes, we are.
It's only going to get colder. And this will allow people to stay warm, our kids to stay warm through the winter.
You know, not only do we have the more than 5,000 coats, but you also had so many other donations that we want to talk about as well, because it's not just the coats that we need, it's a lot of the hats, the gloves, you know, and some of these folks even making them specifically, like spending the time to sew and knit and all of that.
Oh yeah, we had a few different people stop by that they had knit scarves, they had knit hats, and that was just such a wonderful, beautiful way to contribute.
It's that personal touch, right? And it's that impact that we're making in all of these people here in our community that are our neighbors, our family, and our friends. So, I mean, that impact that our viewers were able to help out with is huge.
Oh, totally, totally. Totally huge. I just really am thankful for the community and our partners, our volunteers, just our staff who has dedicated a lot of hours and time to do something that will have such a good impact.
Yeah, hundreds of volunteers already, but you guys are still in need of volunteers over the next week, as today is the first giveaway day, but you guys are going to be busy over the next few days.
Yeah, so today kicks it off. We have 2 different sites where we are distributing coats and other items. and that is at the Mackenzie Family Center in Sun Prairie and here at the Eric and Anthony Fleming Club on Taft Street. But Monday through Wednesday of next week at our Allied Family Center, and we still need a lot of volunteers.
Okay, so you can volunteer. Make sure if you're coming in here with your kid, try to register ahead of time, but you're still welcoming those walk-ins.
Yep, registering ahead of time. There's an online form. You can be found at the Channel 3000 website or the Boys and Girls Club website. Just helps the process. It'll help you get through. You just check off that you registered. You could go get your coat and your other items. But please walk up. If you haven't done it, you can walk up.
All right, well, congratulations and high five, Terry. We did it. We finally made it here. And now's the fun part, right? We get to be able to put smiles on all these people's faces. So help us make it happen here, guys. Again, look at this number. That's such a big number. And so many people that we're going to be making an impact on right here in the 608, guys.
Huge update and a massive pile of coats behind him. Love to see it.
Do we love it.
Josh Breider, thank you very much. It's 6:49. Coming up in the morning sprint, a former attorney for Donald Trump cuts a deal with prosecutors.
First, we want to say happy birthday to Noah. Love the bow tie.
Aw,
Look at
buddy.
that. Looking sharp, my man. Happy birthday. Thanks for celebrating with us. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Save on your next paint project with 11% off everything at Menards. Style your home with Ultra Interior Paint and Primer with a smooth finish that provides great coverage. Pick up a gallon starting at just $19.29 after rebate. For a paint that covers in one coat, choose Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Paint. It's a premium paint and primer with excellent durability and comes in over 700 one-coat colors. Now $32.89 per gallon after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Zumo Stream Box free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Zumo Stream Box for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
For muscle cramps and spasms, what's your move? The Hercules? Make the move to TheraWorks for fast muscle relief. Safe, gentle, and absorbs quickly for relief. TheraWorks works. Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
From a diamond engagement to a diamond anniversary and everything in between, we shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to. At Diamond Select, we also fix, reset, and remake jewelry too. Diamond Select in downtown Stoughton.
Coil Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Breaking news from Madison Police. 2 people are under arrest this morning for a knife fight at a downtown restaurant. Police responded to the Old Fashioned on the Capitol Square around 10 last night. They say a woman had a kitchen knife and slashed at a man, threatening to kill him. Both the woman and the man were arrested. And new video into the newsroom in the war between Israel and Hamas. 13 people, including 5 children, are dead this morning after a raid on a refugee camp in the West Bank. It was part of a series of overnight raids the Israeli military conducted. The military says it arrested dozens of Hamas members during those raids, including the Hamas spokesperson.
President Biden is asking for $100 billion in military aid for both the Israel-Hamas and the Russia-Ukraine wars. Speaking from the Oval Office last night, the president likened the two conflicts to one another, saying that both Hamas and Russian President Vladimir Putin represent a common goal, which is annihilating neighboring democracies.
Breaking news overnight overseas, the U.S. reporting a rocket attack on a U.S. military base in Baghdad. Nobody was killed, fortunately. This comes, though, as the State Department issues a rare worldwide alert. It says terror attacks could become more likely following the Israel-Hamas war.
Today at the nation's capital, the House will hold a third vote for Speaker. After losing twice, GOP Representative Jim Jordan says he is still in it to win it. Multiple holdouts have said that they won't vote for Jordan, but regardless, the congressman from Ohio is still holding a news conference this morning to talk about it.
A former Trump attorney is pleading guilty in the Georgia election subversion case. Prosecutors recommended 6 years of probation for Sidney Powell. In return, Powell would have to testify in future trials, perhaps even Donald Trump's.
The man arrested for bringing guns to the Capitol twice is no longer allowed to return to the Capitol Square area. 43-year-old Joshua Plesnick is also not allowed within 1,000 feet of the governor, his residence, or his family. The governor was not at the Capitol during the incident.
New details about the canoe that flipped over in the Rock River and killed someone inside. The Rock County Medical Examiner's Office says 60-year-old Roger Wentler of Janesville died from accidental drowning. First responders tried saving Wentler after his canoe flipped this Sunday, but they were only able to recover his body.
New charges this morning against the soldier from Racine who crossed the North Korean border over the summer. 23-year-old Travis King is accused of abandoning his duties, possessing child pornography, and assaulting fellow soldiers. King ran across the border after being released from detention in South Korea related to an alleged assault. He's back stateside this morning, awaiting trial in military detention.
All right, 6:56 on this Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s here in Madison to Janesville, Watertown, low to mid 40s, a little bit cooler where they've had some clearing to the west. Eventually, all the clouds will be on the way out as we warm up very close to 60, maybe even a low to mid 60s to the west. Right now, we do have some low clouds currently in Madison. Temperatures rising into the upper 50s, getting close to 60. A northwest wind keeping our temperatures down. That wind will pick up tomorrow. That'll usher in some cooler temperatures for the weekend, but it should be dry generally, maybe an isolated shower Saturday. Better chance of rain next week.
Thanks for joining us this morning, folks. We hope you have a great start to your weekend. We're back in another half an hour with a news and weather update.